Hey guys, this is Bioman, and I'm happy to bring you a new Let's Play here on Yeousch Alliance, and it will be Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm going to go through all the stuff with the character creation later, because I do end up going through this fairly quickly, the character creation process. I do mouse over some interesting things so you can read it if you need to, maybe pause the video if you need to. I'm going to be going over everything in a bit later. Just a quick note, if you don't know what I do on YouTube, this will be post-commentary, or well, it is post-commentary, not it will be, this is in the future. But it's going to be uploaded in the future, but whatever, I'm getting too far into this. But yeah, this is post-commentary, and so I'm not actually playing the game as I'm recording it, I'm recording the commentary, I'm recording the commentary afterwards. This is a game that I believe is not very much played on YouTube, at least in a professional manner. There are a few people who do, some pretty good Let's Plays of this game, but I don't think many of them are informative. And if you don't know, once again, if you don't know what I do on YouTube, first of all, hi, my name is Bioman, but I do informative post-commentary Let's Plays of underplayed games on YouTube, so that's like the three things: informative, underplayed, and what was the last one? Oh yeah, post-commentary. Now, I normally would be stopping my commentary to I would be stopping my commentary to let the cutscene play, but I'm actually muting this particular section because, long story short, unmuting this section could result in a copyright strike for the channel, which is something that I definitely do not want. And so, it's just the Star Wars main theme. You can hear it in your head. You're probably thinking of it in your head right now just because you're seeing this, but whatever. I'm sorry about that, but I really don't want to have to deal with copyright issues because of this. This game is a game that I don't want to say it was a very big part of my childhood because I had other things, Pokemon, Star Wars Battlefront 2, everything on my GameCube, but I do think this was this is a game that I had a lot of fun with. I actually got introduced to this game with the second game in the series, KOTOR 2, because I think it was a gift. I asked for KOTOR, but I got KOTOR 2 instead, and then I came back to this. I found this a lot better than KOTOR 2 because I think it's more interesting, but I'll be going into that later. The main premise of this is that there are only... Actually, no. Am I thinking of the second one with this? I'm not sure. But basically, all you need to know at this point is that we're on a ship, and the ship's being attacked by Sith. And that is pretty much it. At this point, there's not much I can say because all that's happened is just character creation in this one cutscene, which is going to show a ship flying by like every single Star Wars movie opens with. It shows with the ship, it starts with the ship flying by and whatever. But yeah, and also pretty much every Star Wars game starts off with that also. Basically, if it has the opening crawl, it is going to have a ship flying by. In this case, you can obviously see the Sith attacking this ship, and it is about to go down.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time. I'm Trask Olgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I've heard all about your reputation. Elite combat training, tops in your class. It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission. Word is the officers haven't seen a recruit with your kind of potential in 20 years. But all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts. We're soldiers. We're trained for combat. Bastila is going to need men and women like us at her side during this attack. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
You can move the mouse to the edges of the screen to rotate the camera.
Alternately, moving the mouse while holding down the right mouse button will rotate the camera as well. To move towards the footlocker, hold down the right mouse button and face the camera towards it. Then hold down the left mouse button as well to cause the character to run forward. You can left-click on an object to select it. Once the footlocker is selected, left-click on it again to perform the default action and open it.
So yeah, really basic stuff of the game, just tutorial stuff. You'll notice I don't talk during the cutscenes. I normally would be voice acting, but since there's only one character here and he has no actual voice, you just click on an option to say it. I'm going to basically just stay silent during the cutscenes.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Alright, and this is the party selection screen. Party system is really simple. You can have up to 2 people in your party with you at one time. You have to stay in your party, and you can switch between people.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door. You always control the leader of the party. You can switch who is the party leader by left-clicking on their portrait in the lower left corner of the screen. Left-click my portrait now to switch me to the party leader, then use me to open the door. Left-click to target the door, then left-click it again with the mouse to open it.
So like I just said, just click on his portrait in the bottom left, and that switches to him being the party leader. He's the only one who can unlock the door.
Now that the door is open, you better take the lead again.
Alright, and then this time it automatically switches you back. And for opening a door, we get 100 XP. But yeah, real basic stuff.
This is KontrolFreek. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Alrighty. Journal, really simple, just it's a quest log, you know. And you can also, actually it's not the journal, but another screen in the options menu, you can actually see the die rolls going on. The game actually, well...
That door's locked. I don't have the codes to open it. Switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door.
Okay, like I was saying before I got really interrupted, this game runs completely off of the...
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
Like I was saying, once again before I got really interrupted again, the, wow, now I'm starting to forget what I was saying, but anyway, everything that goes on with like skill checks and things like that, they completely follow the rules of the Star Wars RPG, like the actual pen and paper RPG, not the newest version that actually got discontinued a few years ago, but the one before that was somewhat popular.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Yeah, so it actually simulates the pen and paper RPG down to each individual die roll. So if you ever wanted to see those, you can just click up. Whoops. You can click up in the options, and it'll actually show you each individual die roll. You can also check an option to actually have that pop up on the screen every time you take an action. But because that can get kind of annoying and distracting, I'm just gonna leave that be for this particular Let's Play. But yeah, as a person who used to do some pen and paper RPG stuff, I think that's pretty awesome how it follows it down to each individual role. Combat in this game is turn-based, even though it looks real-time, it is turn-based. You know, you attack and then the enemies attack, and you can move a certain number of spaces before they start attacking. And yeah, there are certain kinds of attacks you can do, like a regular attack, power attack, and a flurry, and a critical strike. This was a recording mess-up, so sorry about that, but whatever. That shouldn't be happening much anymore. Now we have 2 weapons. I'm gonna equip both. I find it a lot better to equip 2 weapons in this game than to just have one. Even though you have an accuracy, like you lose accuracy by doing that, it does, I believe that it does help out to have 2 weapons. Especially because there are feats you can unlock to reduce that penalty, like the accuracy penalty. This cutscene is essentially supposed to tell you, hey, you should probably be using grenades here, as if it weren't kind of obvious by the fact that there are 3 enemies all the way on the other side of the room, and running to attack them like I'm doing right now is kind of stupid. See, I get down to really low health here, and I'm like, hey, let's turn around. You can see the health at the, yeah, I end up using a bad attack here, but you can see the health at the lower left-hand side of the screen by my portrait there. The red line is my health bar. It is kind of hard to see some of this stuff, especially like the subtitles, because this is actually a mod I'm using to make the game widescreen. And I don't think there's a cutscene here, but yeah. I'm using a mod to make the game widescreen, and it does, like, it makes the HUD really small because the graphics in the HUD aren't meant to be big enough to be, like, you know, high def and everything. And so it just keeps it small. You have to install another mod, actually, to move everything to the correct corners of the screen. Yeah, and so it was kind of annoying getting it.
It's Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us! We better stay back! All we do is get in the way! That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
That's also why sometimes, like after I enter a new area, or basically anything after a loading screen, the right side of the screen will have like different lighting, like it won't fade in properly. And sorry about that, that would be my garage door. But anyway, you may see that it's not fading in properly, and the reason for that is because I'm using the widescreen patch for it. And it's still got some glitches in it, which is kind of annoying, but it's worth it to have this game in widescreen, let me tell you, because you know, the game doesn't actually have a widescreen option in the graphics because it's that old. And yeah, no cutscene here, but there will be one soon. I'm trying to anticipate these cutscenes when they come, because once again, I'm not talking during them. I don't want to be in the middle of a sentence like I have been in quite a few times.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Anyway, once again, sorry about that garage door. It likes to do that whenever I'm recording. I.e., my parents like to come home when I'm recording. But whatever. You know, it happens. It's important in this game whenever you kill any enemy to search the entire area for remains, mainly because, you know, you get your credits. They also drop loot sometimes, like grenades, sometimes swords, sometimes blasters, so it's really useful to do that. Here, since I've forgotten to level up here, you can click the L button on your portrait. You can select skills, feats, maybe force powers later on, and then accept to finish it. I'm going to be talking more about the whole thing with why I'm choosing what I'm choosing in a bit. But yeah, I believe there's a cutscene coming up here. Or maybe not.
There's something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Yep, I was right. There was a cutscene there. Basically, you can't go this way because Trask got kind of locked in there, and that's how he goes away.
This is Cartho Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Okay, like Hart said, we need to get over to the escape pods, and that will actually end the tutorial. This is the tutorial section, as you could probably tell, because, you know, there's all these tutorials going on. Trask was sort of our tutorial mentor person, whatever, or guide, and now he's kind of done, and now we're on our own. At least for the rest of the tutorial, because in the first level we'll be finding a few people to add to our party. Like I was saying, I guess I could talk about, well, after this fight I need to shut up and let Karth talk, but whatever. I'm going to be talking a bit after that about why I do what I do.
Be careful. The There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Like I was saying, well, first of all, here I want to talk about this. This gives you a choice to either not level up, but use computer skills, or computer use skill, or repair skill. You can't open this door. You have to do one of these things. You either have to overload the computer or activate the droid. You can actually do both if you want. If you want to give up both the parts and the computer spikes, and if you want to do that, it actually gives you double XP, which in this case it's more important to level up early on. So that gives you however much XP for doing that. Yeah, there was a bit of a mix-up in the recording there also, but yeah. And then you can go around and do the droid, and then that also gives you XP even though you're not accomplishing anything by doing the droid. So you always want to do both there. Like I was saying, whenever you're starting off in this game, I find it easiest to go with the route of Soldier, because it gets you through those first few levels and those first few worlds a lot easier than if you were to pick Scoundrel or Scout. They each are just different, archetype characters, whatever, different classes, but I find it better to start off with just start off with the Soldier, because it gets you through the first part of the game. And for the same reason, that's why I level up Treat Injury more than anything else, because that's what helps you, stay alive.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left on the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Alrighty, so we're gonna head to the escape pod, and then the following happens in a dream. I couldn't actually get the clip in that shows him, thrashing around in his sleep or whatever. Yeah, the following vision happens in a dream. But yeah.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember? I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. It's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves. That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her. Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive. Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malik's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us. If we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help. And we'll probably need hers. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed. Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Alright, and with that said, we're going to be ending this episode very soon. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I also want to thank Yeousch Alliance for allowing me to post this series here on Yeousch Alliance. There's pretty awesome people who work for Yeousch. Daz is a cool guy, so I want to thank him for that. I want to thank you for watching, and if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video, it does help spread the word about the video. If you want to check out my own channel, I'm also doing Let's Plays on there too. So if you want to see more, if you like my style of commentary, you can do that. With that said, once again, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Once again, my name is Bioman, and I'll see you all next time.